This is something scientists are doing right now. So imagine you live in a device like the universe that has right and left fluctuations. Imagine you live in something that's like an electronic device, but you're looking at this other electronic device and you're trying to shove people's attention into that electronic device, and you're not understanding about any of the other real science. This is what science does on a regular. Even when they're looking at the Big Bang, it's like they're taking the whole universe into their eye holes backwards and out of the back of their head. And then you can start getting to the real science, where it's like, all right, now you can you can start fixing this backwards thing that has everybody like, because once you go into that, they want you to go into smaller, and they keep telling you, let's be economical, blah, 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 blah. It's really like a kidnapping into a little fucking chip device. That's really like all they're doing out there in science, and they're not being transparent about that. And it's like, once you catch them in that, it's like you just blew their brains out. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly why I don't want to do what you're fucking doing. So that I take everything back unlinear. I have a lot more success at what I do than science, and they don't have a ground. So a ground is really important because you want to pair everything together in the end, especially if it's all connected. And that's where science would want to end up, is that we're all connected. But I don't think they really want that. I think they want to just kidnap you into a machine, and if they get caught red-handed, they'll just be like, so it's really our jobs to catch criminals that are calling themselves scientists. And it's a difficult issue, in my opinion, how to deal with that. I almost have more success just living in real time and dealing with it that way. But they're weird, but they're always like, well, come on out here and live in this time. And it's like, you don't live in any fucking time zone that I'm in, really, that I really want to be a part of. So you have to pull me away. You have to suffocate me with its gravity and Walmart and its money, and then like drag me down the street by my neck behind something that you're claiming is mysteriously out there, something that's faster. That's what they're going for. They're going for a speed when they're talking about the unknown. They're going for like a precedence and a speed. They don't know that because the way they look at the number one, they look at the number one backwards. So it's like they don't know that, and then it's like they die at those points. Then they become the vacuum space themselves. Then they start projecting the vacuum space out yonder. And then now they're acting like, oh, well, we built a black hole. And it's like, you got a god psychosis. You did not build a fucking black hole. Maybe in a lab. And it's like, all right, well, we'll go to the lab again and we'll replicate and duplicate. And it's like, I don't want to live as a clone. I'm not going to live under these fucking pile of clones. It just makes no sense to me. And then tune in for psychology hands. We're gonna psychology out of that. It's like, how? I'm getting my head crushed and smushed into a fucking smaller than a boombox. Not only that, it's like bleeding out there of come get economical and live in a small little box house. And it's like, I don't want to live in your fucking boxes and earlier boxes until you're just stuck in a box. You can't even make it to the coffin anymore because you're stuck in a box that's too small. But it's economical. You know, they give you this fake economical too, because they can't fulfill on any of their definitions. They don't really have an omnibus. If you look up these definitions of the words that they use, they do not have the definition. They're just using words to try to distort your head even further, so they can just pull your face away from even the definitions and any comprehension and sense and connection with this outside world, which also contains the living word and definitions, right? If you want to look up a word, you want the definition of the word. You don't want part of the definition, and then, well, if you go to YouTube and Pizza Hut and pick up this special commercial box and look at the code on the back, you can find the national treasure again. Makes no sense.